everyone, my name's May, my pronouns are them and they, and I have Tourette syndrome, which is a brain disorder that causes me to have sounds and movements I can't control called tics, T-I-C-S. There is no K, it's not the bug. Is there a bug on me? Oh my god. Sorry, God. So, I want to talk about something, but first, really quick, where has Damien been? Damien has not been in videos because he is on a doggy timeout / vacation. He was expected to go to physical therapy and do heavy amounts of tasking and mobility work and go to therapy twice a week and see my psychiatrist and, well, see my psychiatrist with me and, just help with mobility a lot and working with a new wheelchair, and it was just too much. And so there was a dog barking and lunging on a leash with a little service dog vest, and which was not a service dog. Damian reacted to it. He didn't bark or anything, but he started kind of like pulling and whining, and he doesn't usually do that. So it's a sign he's just exhausted and needs a break. So he's been on doggy vacation for 2 weeks. And so Lennox and I have been going out, and Lennox has just been aiding me with everything. But what happened to my mobility? Okay, so I think it's time that I address this and actually talk to you guys about it, and girls and non-binaries. Cute. Uh, so, where to start? In August of last year, I used a wheelchair for the first time. It was my grandma's, and then she died in November, and I said, fuck the wheelchair. I'm never using, oh dear. I'm never using a wheelchair again. I am absolutely not doing that. And then I ended up in a wheelchair. In September, I got incredibly upset over the way people were reacting to me using a wheelchair. And just were reacting with my tics in general. Everyone really had to stick up their ass with COVID, and they just could not take the extra stress of somebody with a disability being in their sphere. So somebody took it out of me. I got incredibly overwhelmed. I became incredibly depressed and suicidal at that time, and I was brought into the hospital. In the hospital, that's when my mobility really started decreasing. I mean, I went from walking with the bars on the sides of the wall of the hospital to wearing knee pads to frog jumping to just falling all the time, constant seizures. I mean, it was a whole thing. Then I went to rehab, and as I worked with more trauma and there was more stress, there were more tics. So my tics included a lot of falling, and for one of the first times, leg paralysis. Just complete paralysis in my legs where they would just disappear and I would go glummy or gummy or whatever and just fall on the floor. So I was back to wearing knee pads, and this time I was also wearing gloves, and I made a couple videos where you'll see I was wearing knee pads and gloves and like a headband and stuff. And I don't do that too much now because I'm in a wheelchair. But when did things get so bad I needed a wheelchair? Well, the answer to that is after August, and then in the hospital for September, October, November, and then November, December, January, and February in rehab. I went to Oklahoma, and I was there for 4 months, and that's when I had my concussion video. That is when my legs started really going. I had about 2 good hours in the morning where I would work on the farm, and I would help with dogs, and I would work in the evening at the training center and help with training Tourette's dogs, and it was wonderful. I loved it, but my mobility just kept going down and down and down. And then 2 months ago, I entered into trauma therapy again, maybe 3 months ago, and with just added stress and everything and the PTSD. Ooh, I dissociated. I had trauma therapy today. And with the PTSD and everything, my mobility just kept getting worse to the point where I cannot walk unassisted now unless I am completely familiar with the place. So at my house and at Lennox's house, I'm pretty okay walking, but I still need assistance. At physical therapy, I have yet to walk across the room by myself. And it's really frustrating because when I was in high school, I used to run track, and I never imagined that I would have to grieve the loss of walking. Walking didn't seem like a privilege, it seemed like a right. And I just want faster progress in physical therapy. I want my brain to remember. Um, because when people have done things to me or things have just happened and it's been traumatizing, it's not it's not like being punched in the face. It's brain games people have just done who have abused me in the past. And it just wears on you. And it wears on my stress. And the stress exacerbates my tics. And so does heat and everything. And I just want to make better progress. And I want to be walking again. And I just want to show everyone that you can do it. But I can't even do it right now. I can't even do it. So it's just really frustrating that, like, I'm trying and the harder I'm trying, it's not working. I just want to walk again, it's stupid. Because sometimes I can, and sometimes I just can't, and ew, tears. It's just really frustrating. So, let's reach an orgasm with Obama. I'll get better. You guys, I'm really hoping physical therapy works, because it's hard being in a chair. It's really hard. Fuck it, I'm not even editing this. Peace.